So now let's talk about what's in your freezer. It's a smaller space, you're gonna cram a lot in there, but it's another place that I have a treasure trove of my quick and easy meals. But my favorite thing about the freezer is if you're on a budget, it is the place to shop in the grocery store. At my supermarket, for example, you can often buy 10 bags of frozen mixed vegetables, any variety, mix and match all you want for 10 bucks. This is the place to go. Frozen fruits are also really, really inexpensive, especially when fruits are not in season like in the winter. So the freezer section is a great place to stock up on food that's a little on the cheaper side, but still very, very healthy. And the great thing about it too is it makes a lot of food available to you year round. So you can have corn in the winter even though it's technically a summer vegetable and it tastes just as good. The other awesome thing, and this is for my people who are really busy or maybe they're moms with a lot of kids that want hungry dinner fast, most stuff in the freezer section is already washed and pre-cut for you. It makes life so easy and it's more affordable. So it's a win, 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 win. So things you can put into your freezer. Like I mentioned, you can buy brown rice that's already cooked, but you can also cook the rice yourself and then freeze off individual portions. You can also freeze your healthy muffins. You can even freeze desserts. And if you need to practice portion control, this is something I always recommend. When I make cookies, even though they're healthier cookies, they're still cookies. So I eat a few and then freeze the rest for later. If you eat nuts or seeds, you should put those in the freezer. You can also put your flours in the freezer. And I also keep my nutritional yeast in the freezer. It really seems to do well there. Other options are leftovers, pre-cooked meals. I love to cook lots of soups and then freeze them in individual portions. So I just grab them on my way out, just right out to work, grab a meal, and I know it'll either thaw by the time lunch comes or I can put it in the microwave. I also make huge vats of vegetable broth from all my scraps from the week, and I freeze those off either in 1-cup portions or I put them in my ice cube tray, break off the little, ice cubes of broth, and so when I'm cooking and I just need a little broth to line my pan to saute with broth instead of oil, I just use the little cube. It's so, so convenient. Another neat thing in the freezer is tofu. When you freeze tofu, the consistency changes and it really gets a nice sort of ground beef consistency. And so if you're looking to replace ground beef in some of your family's old favorite meals, maybe chili or taco, you can do this with your tofu. It's great. However, there are a few plant foods that don't really like the freezer. Potatoes don't always do so great. Mushrooms are kind of a hit and miss. And anything that has like a lot of flour, like a gravy, isn't necessarily a great candidate for the freezer. But everything else should freeze for you. If you go to the farmer's market and buy all of these beautiful bell peppers and you can't use them all, freeze them. If you go buy all these beautiful strawberries and you can't eat them all, well, who can't eat strawberries? You could freeze those too. So just throw things into your freezer before they expire and always go looking in your freezer because there is a meal hidden in there.